Hello, and welcome to James Liz's Express Lane, where we get you out as fast as possible, bringing you a review and rant about A Quiet Place. I don't even think it's in theaters anymore. I saw it, Fire Stick, whatever. We're gonna ignore that part. Anyways, I don't get the hype for this movie. Like, I get that, these big scary monster things, they can only hear sound, they're completely blind, they can't smell, they can't feel, they can just hear. Oh, that's okay. But they're big, scary monsters. They easily tear through metal like it's nothing. Like it's okay, so they're really strong. They move super quick, so they're really fast. I can understand why maybe you went camping in the woods and oh hey, there's a monster out there that can hear really well but can't see or smell or feel, just hear. I can understand why that would be an issue. But it's not that. This is like a worldwide thing where the entire world is being destroyed by these monsters. The movie centers on a small family, and apparently it's been going on long enough for over a year that, like, it's not like it's a common thing, like, you can't make noise anymore. But they're growing food, like, they're living on a farm. And if it's been over a year since these things popped out, obviously you couldn't use farm equipment to plant those crops. So well, they used a shovel. They went and put in them hard labor. Well, I don't know about you, but using a shovel digging the ground causes noise. And these things are attracted to noise, right? So how the fuck did they plant these crops? Like it wasn't growing for over a year. Like they're in New York or near New York, so it's gonna be winter, so those crops would have died. So where the fuck did these crops come from? Unless they were able to plant them after the whatever these things. Mind you, they never say where these things come from. Aliens, demons, genetic monsters, we don't know. They never explain anything. And for the most of the movie, I'm like, okay, well, maybe their hide is super strong, like just super thick, super strong, like an elephant's hide is paper compared to their hide. And that's why they're such a threat, because you can't kill them. And at the end, she shoots one of them with a shotgun. Kills it with a shotgun. Not some uber depleted uranium bunker busting bullet. No. A shotgun. It's like, so if she's able to just shoot it in the face with a shotgun and kill it, how the fuck are these things a threat? Did every military in the world go, they only have close combat, so we can't shoot them. We're going to throw down all of our guns and try to punch them to death, just so it's fair? No. These things wouldn't last 5 minutes. They'd be shot to death. Well, not every country has, a citizenship that's armed to the teeth. No, but they have a military. China's military, North Korea's military, South Korea's has military. Like, all these countries in the world have militaries. Are you really going to tell me not a single military in the world went, they only have close combat? How about we shoot them? Again, like, for most of the movie, it's like, alright, maybe you can't shoot them. Like, you saw the gun earlier. It's like, well, maybe that's just to make noise. Like, oh no, they're going to be attacking my pregnant wife. I'll shoot this gun, throw it on the ground, and then hide, because that loud noise will attract them away from my wife. And they actually had, like, fireworks and other things like that where, like, that was their plan. Like, alright, you make this noise to draw them away from where you want them to not be at. So I just thought that was what the shotgun was for. And it turns out you can just shoot the bitches. Like, well, then why didn't they just shoot them earlier? Now, yes, they are very, very fast. Like, a cheetah is a turtle compared to these guys. But that doesn't explain every single military in the world going, we're not gonna shoot them. It would be unfair. We're gonna try to punch them to death because they have no long-range weapons. Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. And I'm glad I saw it at home where I could crank up the volume and not have people around me making noise, because I did hear from a lot of people that it's kind of hard to watch in theaters because the the decibels never go above, a whisper. Because they can't. Because if you make too much noise, the monsters attack. But here's another thing. Like, there were times where the monsters, like, they expose their ears, whatever. Like, they're super hard listening. And the person was only like 10, 15 feet away. It's like, well, but they were holding their breath. Like, but their heart's still beating. If these things can only hear sound, you're really going to tell me they can't hear the sound of a heart beating? And just like where I am standing still. But if you get one of those super duper slow mo cameras, you can see like all the individual twitches of the face and all that. And see like regular mode. But then you get the super slow mo cameras, whatever, and you need to see all the. Like you see all the tiny little muscle movements. Well, guess what? Same thing with hearing. Like you go, I don't hear anything. But if these things are entirely based off of hearing stuff, you're really going to tell me they can't hear your heart beating? You're going to tell me they can't hear like the muscles and the tendons moving in your arm when you're moving? Guess what? That all makes noise. You go, I don't hear anything. But you're going to tell me that a creature that is designed only to hear things can't hear that? Can't hear the blood running through your veins? Like, you have times where, like, I lay down, you can hear, like, the blood rushing through your ears. You're going to tell me they can't hear that? All they do is hear. That's the only way they have of finding prey is hearing. You're going to really tell me they can't hear your heart beating, your blood flowing, your muscles and tendons moving as you move? Like, what? It makes no sense. Like, their rules don't make any sense. Like, yes, you can do movies like this where monsters exist and like they can only hear and be like, all right, well, they can only hear, and you set up all these noisemakers like, oh no, they're getting too close, they're gonna hear me even though I'm not making any noise, they're gonna hear me because they can hear my heartbeat or hear my stomach churning, whatever. So press a button and a noise goes off 300 feet away, so they go and attack that instead. But no, they can only... Oh, hey, there's Mayfly in here. Yoink, gotcha. Throw you back outside. They can only hear noise. They have no other way of finding prey. But then suddenly they can't hear noise when it's convenient for the plot. Obviously, yes, a lot of movies do this where there's the rules and then suddenly the rules don't apply because plot. But again, the whole... How did these things kill that many people? You can just shoot them. I mean, it was watchable. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It's not complete total garbage. It's just... Like, once you realize you can just shoot the things, it makes no sense. That every military in the world said, we are not going to shoot them. We're going to take away all of our guns and have our people try to punch them to death because it would be unfair to shoot them. Like, it just makes no sense. So yeah, if you got a chance to watch it for free, watch it for free, but don't spend money to watch this movie. It just doesn't make any sense. Did you watch it? What do you think of it? Do you think my points are on point, or do you think I'm completely off base? And as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.